SportsLink is brought to you by Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape.
The Father Duenas Friars and Guam High Panthers went to work last Friday night. Both teams undefeated in the ESA Football League. Scoreless first quarter as both sides weren't able to sustain a drive. Friars linebacker Roy Chargaloff was all over the field making tackles for the FD defense. Friars Lucius Medler came up with the game's first turnover, intercepting a pass from Panthers quarterback Aaron Johnson. Medler with the pick as the rain started to come down. Nice game before being tackled at the 20-yard line. Guam High's defense was also able to come up with the turnover, interception inches out of the end zone. Fumble on the play. The refs huddled up and signaled for the safety. Aaron Johnson put Guam High up 6-2 after scrambling 70-plus yards for the touchdown. Johnson, with some next-level speed, takes it down the sidelines and goes into the end zone for the score. Fourth and short, quarterback Alex Sojo takes the snap and plunges his way in for the touchdown. Friars go up 8-7. They go for two and convert to lead 10-7. Sojo hit wide receiver Tanner Acosta deep right for the huge first down. Acosta's grab put FD on the Panthers' goal line again. Jaron Meno gets the call and punches it in as the Friars went on to win 17-7 to keep their unbeaten streak intact. The GW Geckos played a home game against the Southern High Dolphins. Good defensive battle as neither team was able to score in regulation. GW scored in overtime and converted on the two-point attempt for the 8-0 win. The defense was able to close shop on Southern's offense. Games for this week: Friday, November 5th, Guam High taking on Ukadu at 7 p.m. FD going to play GW at 7 p.m. And then on Saturday, November 6th, Teason taking on Southern High at Southern at 9 in the morning. JFK taking on Sanchez at Ukadu at 7 p.m. In tennis news, Tennis Academy of Guam will be warming up the holiday season with the upcoming ASC Trust Holiday Heat Tennis Challenge Series beginning November 12th. With most of the matches being played at the Guam National Tennis Center in Harmon, the registration fee is $35 for the first event and $20 per additional event in each series, particularly with the high school doubles event specifically set for high school doubles teams to train before the interscholastic season. Registration is free of charge. The deadline to register for the various series events is 1 week before the selected event begins. Registration can be done online at www.tennisacademyguam.com. The Triton Athletics Department announced Roque Alcantara Jr. as the new head coach for the varsity men's Triton baseball team. Alcantara has more than 30 years of experience playing baseball as a pitcher, outfielder, and first baseman. He plays in the Guam Major League and has been on the Guam national baseball team representing Guam in international competition since 2002.
We think that this young individual will be the person that will give us that connection to the high schools and to the youth programs on the island that will start feeding people into UOG baseball.
This is the latest addition to our Triton Athletics family. The new head coach for our Triton baseball team is Coach Roque Alcantara. And I'll just go ahead and hand him the hat now so he can put on the new Triton part of the uniform.
This university sits on my very own village. My late brother Steve actually graduated here and played baseball for UOG. So it's very close to my heart. Baseball runs through my veins, it runs through my blood. Thanks to my father and to my grandmother for instilling that trait and that sport in our culture, in our family, in our lifestyle. I'm just right now focused on getting a foundation going, getting some numbers, getting a roster going, and then that way we can start hitting the field.
The Guam Gymnastics Federation will hold its board and general membership meetings on Sunday, November 7th at 1 in the afternoon. The board meeting will be held at 2 in the afternoon. The general membership meeting will be held at the Island Twisters Gymnastics Club in Tamuning. For more information, you can call 483-6409 or email guamgymnastics@gmail.com. The CPOA 4-player Scramble Golf Tournament takes place November 12th at the Palm Tree Golf Course on Anderson Air Force Base. It's $320 per team entry and includes the cart, food, drink, longest drive, and closest to the pin entries, along with some cash prizes. The event is open to the first 11 teams. To register, payment and registration is due by November 8th. Payments can be done in cash, PayPal, at cpomarianas@gmail.com. Make checks payable to CPOA Marianas Guam. For more information or to register, you can contact Jason Frost at 486-4078.
Dylan Kittigwa, who's back home in Hawaii after taking part in the 240-mile Moab race in Utah.
I'm just getting back on my feet, kind of getting a clear head. And that race was, it was a 240-mile foot race with, limited amount of sleep and a limited amount of time for me to do it. They had a cutoff of about 113 hours. And so it was a 5-day race. I was able to get about 1.5 hours of sleep per day. And I did about 2 marathons a day to finish that race.
You're still looking to become the first Chamorro to climb Mount Everest. How are things going for you, and what steps are you taking in order to make that dream a reality for yourself?
As you might imagine, the Moab 240 was a very strenuous and arduous race for me physically, spiritually, and mentally. And so what I'm doing right now is cultivating a lifestyle of hard work and determination and consistency to really get my mental side ready for the climb of Mount Everest. And I'm seeing a lot of awesome strides with my physical fitness, as well as getting my story out there. I'm trying to show people, fellow Chamorros that I am serious about climbing Mount Everest. Here, look at me. I just finished running 240 miles in the desert, and the desert had a lot of snow and a lot of heat, and I experienced both weather extremes there, and I experienced a lot of exhaustion and a lot of self-doubt. But by triumphing this race and finishing a race that many people had dropped out of and many people didn't have the mental fortitude to finish, I felt that I was creating for myself the mindset that I'm going to need to be the first Chamorro to climb Mount Everest.
And since telling your story, what has the response been from family, friends, people who just may have heard your story that want to contribute? Because the last time we spoke, it is a very costly climb for you.
Yeah, the last time we spoke, we talked, it was about, I think I gave you a number ranging from $60,000 to $90,000. And, the response has been awesome. There's been a lot of moral support. There hasn't been a lot of financial support. But what has been really cool is that after our talk, the Learn Chamorro project approached me. And they're doing this project called A Million Miles. The whole idea of this project is in the year 2022, they're trying to do a cumulative 1 million miles in 1 year. And so that's the whole community of Guam trying to come together to do 1 million miles. And so I'm actually going to spearhead this fundraiser that they're doing in March by running the perimeter of Guam, and not the 48-mile race that goes on, but the actual full perimeter from the southernmost point to northernmost point, around 90 miles. And that is, again, to raise awareness and show people that maybe don't understand what 240 miles is, but people in Guam can understand, yes, I'm going to run the entire road that circles Guam. And it's been awesome. I've been working with Troy Agan, who is the executive director of the nonprofit, and they've been really helpful with me. And they're trying to help me get those sponsors, get all of the information out there that, it helps them, but it also helps me. But I'm really trying to drive home the fact that I want to do this for myself, for my culture, my family, and for all Pacific Islanders.
I'm here with DeAndre Cruz, inside linebacker for College of San Mateo, out in the Bay. Man, you missed the first 5 games of your season, having to get some surgery done on your knee.
And once I got out of crutches, I still I wasn't sure what was wrong with my knee because I didn't get it checked until like 3 weeks after I got hurt. So once I got out of crutches, I told my trainer I wanted to play this season. So I just started getting work in rehab, getting my mobility back, started walking again. And then I got my MRI. I didn't think it was going to be that serious because I was already walking, doing some exercises, but they told me I had a small tear in my MCL and meniscus, and they wanted to shave off the torn cartilage, and they said I'd be out like 3-4 weeks after the surgery. So I went about 4 weeks after I got hurt. That's when I got my surgery. And right after that, I was like 3 days after my surgery, I was back in the training room, grinding every day, trying to get back. And if like 3 weeks after my surgery, I felt fine, felt like nothing happened. So I told them I was ready to play. We were talking about possibly medical redshirting and just sitting out this season, playing next season. But yeah, I was really determined and confident that once I got back from my injury, once I was cleared to play, like I'd be ready to go. And that's exactly what happened.
For you playing the inside linebacker position, how is the season going for you? And how is the team doing this season?
Well, right now we're #1 team in Cali for JUCO, #1 defense too. We're 8-0. It's been going pretty good. Still a lot of stuff we need to work on.
What's the goal? Ending in first place, or just trying to lock up that #1 JUCO spot in the state? We
got 2 more games in the regular season. I'm gonna try winning those 2, get a spot in playoffs with a home field advantage. The goal's to winning state, winning it all. So we got to secure that spot in our conference. We're already #1. So just got to finish off regular season strong, get ready for playoffs.
So this is your last season. Any talks of continuing playing?
So right now it's my last JUCO season. So the goal after this, get a full ride to D1, a 4-year. I had a couple schools looking at me before my injury, but I missed first half of the season, so I gotta get back up to that. But yeah, the next goal is definitely be at a D1 next semester.
And I know a lot of the off-season training with Coach Chad Ike definitely helped. And just talk about that. You know, just continuing to put in that work whenever you can with Coach Chad.
Oh yeah, definitely. Coach Chad, you know, I always go get in work with Coach Chad whenever I can, and it really gets me prepared for especially like a program like this where it's really just the main emphasis is putting in that work. So, you know, Coach Chad, he taught me that ever since I first met him. Just keep working, keep doing your thing. Good things will happen, and moved on up to a school like this, and it's really been paying off.
And in programming news, make sure to keep it locked to the stations of KUAM for all of your NFL action. Monday, November 8th, KUAM TV 11, 4 in the morning, NFL on CBS. The Las Vegas Raiders at New York Giants. Switch the channel over to KUAM TV 8, 11:20 in the morning, NBC Sunday Night Football, Tennessee Titans at Los Angeles Rams.
SportsLink is brought to you by Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape.